To Corbin Frisbee, the catcher number 4, Kitson Wilcox. And on the hill today for the Chargers, the pitcher number 26, Evan Preston. The Chargers are coached by Chris Shepard, Will Grimmett, Cody Hefner, Todd Oaks. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand with your attention to the flag in center field as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to the McMinn Central Baseball Field for today's game between the Polk County Wildcats and your McMinn Central Chargers. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Apologies for the late start. Got started a little early here in Inglewood tonight. Central is hosting former district rival Polk County Wildcats. Now they are region opponents as Polk County moved down with the district in Chattanooga. So this is a long-standing rivalry between the two tonight for the Chargers. Evan Preston on the hill, second hitter of the game. Count now 2-2. The Polk County leadoff man, Carter Meinert. He led off with a bunt single there to start the inning. So men on first with nobody out, and the two-hole hitter Skylar Allen at the plate. We'll play catch-up with lineups and everything here between innings here shortly. Count, that one misses up and out of the zone, so the count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 for out number 1 here in the top of the first. Due up next for Polk County will be Griffin Hamby, the pitcher for the Wildcats tonight, left-handed hitter wearing number 21. Pitch misses up and out of the zone from Preston. Ground ball right back up the middle. Chase Nichols fields it, not able to tag second, but flips it across the diamond for the second out of the inning on the 6-3 put out. So fielder's choice moves the runner up to second.
Fourth spot in the order for the Polk County Wildcats, the catcher, number 10, Titus Adams.
Catcher, number 10, Titus Adams at the plate for Polk County, hitting on the right-hand side of the plate. Runner on second, 2 outs. That one misses up and out of the zone. Good pitch there from Evan, catches the outside corner to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. And he blows that one by him. Preston quickly ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner on second here in the top of the first. Strike 3, so Preston strikes out 2, and the Chargers leave 1 runner stranded. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base for Polk County in the top of the first. We're going to be headed to the bottom of the first, and Central will be up to hit 0-0. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll fill everybody in here in just a minute. Go ahead. All right, welcome back, everybody. Central retired the Wildcats in with no runs there in the first. One man reached on a bunt single and then was later stranded at second. Tonight for the Chargers, they'll be led off by Dylan Jacobs, Hunter Rayburn, Corbin Frisbee, Kenson Wilcox, Henry Woods, Ryan Moore, Hudson Reed, Jesse Holden, and Chase Nichols. And then Evan Preston is on the mound tonight. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Suburban Propane. We appreciate Suburban Propane and the Charger Dugout Club for allowing us to bring this to you on Bogus Videography tonight, and thank you for joining us. I'm joined once again by Eddie Watson's best buddy, Ron Starr. Thank you for joining us tonight, Dad.
Glad to be here, son. Beautiful evening for baseball. It's hard to believe these two teams, being 15 minutes apart, are not in the same district anymore, but the same region. What a great rivalry over the years between these two teams. Good baseball on both sides, so should be a fun night.
So the first pitch to Dylan Jacobs, he squares the bunt and he fouls it off behind no balls, 1 strike. Pitcher tonight for Polk County is Griffin Hamby, wearing number 21, throwing from the left-hand side. Polk County in the red tops, white bottoms. Jacobs squares once again on a looping curveball from Hamby. Great bunt down the first baseline, and he beats it out. So Hamby unable to field it cleanly, so both teams reach on bunt singles to start the first.
Second spot in the order for the Chargers.
So that brings up Hunter Rayburn. He has been on a tear over the last 5 games.
Great bunt there by Jacobs. Good location. Pitcher just couldn't field it clean. That's tough for a left-handed pitcher, which Polk County has on the mound, to not field that ground ball on the right-hand side. He got to it in time, but just couldn't pick it clean to get it to first base in time. Jacobs a quick runner down the line.
So Jacobs also very aggressive on the base pass. He's stolen 5 bases in the last 4 games, and now he has reached base safely in 10 straight games. So he's doing very well in the top of the lineup for the Chargers, and the 2-3 have been on a tear in Hunter Rayburn and Corbin Frisbee. Both of them are 9 for their last 15, so the top of the lineup's doing their job. Jacobs takes off on the pitch, and it gets past the catcher either way, so stolen base for Dylan Jacobs, and he moves up to second.
Difficult to get a good lead on a left-handed pitcher, but that ball got away from the catcher, so Jacobs was easily made it down to second.
Rayburn squares the bunt, and you don't see that very often out of him. Bunts it foul down the third baseline. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Interesting call there to bunt Hunter, even with a man already in scoring position, but Shep must have saw something that he liked.
Yeah, that is surprising. Probably your best hitter on the squad. As far as that goes, saying Rayburn to square up there with the count 1-0, you'd think you'd be swinging away, but you're right. The coach probably has scouted them a little bit and knows exactly what needs to be done tonight offensively by the Chargers.
Hamby looking back. Jacobs at second, back with no throw. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Hunter Rayburn. On the year, he's hitting .354 with a team high 23 hits, team high 15 stolen bases, team high 3 triples, and team high.
Great job by Rayburn coming up again, driving in a run, and basically he slid in pretty easily to get there at third base. So a triple for Rayburn there to drive in the first run of the night.
So good start for the Chargers, and that brings up the hottest hitter in the lineup in Corbin Frisbee, who's 9 for his last 15 and a team high average of .373 on the year. That one misses up and out of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. So both Rayburn and Frisbee coming into tonight were 9 for their last 15, 600 over the last 4 games. Really good stretch. That one misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Frisbee.
Sit back and wait. Not a lot of giddy up on the fastball. Left-handed pitchers have a lot of movement anyway, naturally.
That one misses inside, so Frisbee ahead, 3 balls, no strikes, and Hamby visibly frustrated with that call. But from up here, it did look like it missed in.
I think I would give your hottest hitter on the team a green light right here. No.
And he's taken all the way, and that one misses outside. So 4-pitch walk to Frisbee puts runners on the corners with nobody out for senior Kenson Wilcox, who enters tonight hitting .289. Very patient hitter, so we'll see what he does here on 4 straight balls. He leads the team with 18 walks on the year, which is double the next highest Charger. Frisbee on first, Rayburn on third, nobody out. Central already leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Frisbee takes off on the pitch, and it's a good pitch to run on. And the shortstop comes in, cuts it off, but not able to get Rayburn at the plate. So stolen base from Frisbee allows Hunter Rayburn to score the second run of the game from third.
Well, first and third design play there by Polk County for the shortstop to cut it off, and did a good job getting there. Just didn't have quite the arm to get Rayburn with his speed leaving from third, and the Chargers go up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Nobody out, runner on second, and Corbin Frisbee. That ball was a strike, so no balls, 1 strike. And then Wilcox fouls that one back into the net. So Hamby, the pitcher for Polk County, does a good job after a 4-pitch walk to Frisbee. Now he's ahead, no balls, 2 strikes to Wilcox. Curveball misses well outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He struggled a little bit with the breaking ball, primarily throwing fastballs. As I said earlier, when you throw a 2-seamer as a left-handed fastball, it moves naturally to the inside of the right-handed hitter.
He does a good job, stays back on that one, grounds it over to second base, but he does move the runner up, so productive at bat from Wilcox as Frisbee moves over to third on the 4-3 put out. And that brings up center fielder Henry Woods. Awesome to see Henry back in the lineup, and he's been doing well since he came back from his injury. He fills a big gap out in center field, and his speed at the plate is a difference maker.
Yes. Defensively as well out there in center field and cover a lot of ground defensively for the Chargers. But, yeah, great. Been out for a while. Great to have him back in the lineup.
So he's hitting with 1 out. Frisbee over on third. Takes that one off the inside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. Hamby on the year. This is his 6th appearance. He's 1-0 through 12.2 innings pitched, giving up 13 earned runs for an ERA of 7.1. Henry does a good job of staying back on that one and shoots it through the 5-6 hole for an RBI single for Henry Woods. That makes this game 3-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And that brings up the 6-hole hitter for the Chargers, senior right fielder Ryan Moore. On the year, he comes in hitting .267.
Good job by Frisbee on third base. You're always told to let that ball get through before you take off, so he read that one well, stayed put until the ball got past the third baseman and shortstop, driving in the 3rd run of the inning.
Hamby throwing behind the aggressive Woods over at first, towing the line with the balk move there. Henry will likely be moving as soon as the first pitch comes in. Ground ball from Ryan on the first pitch. Hits it to shortstop, and he throws it away as he tries to get Henry out at second. So that will be an E6, and now that will put runners on the corners for Hudson Reed.
Up to bat for the Chargers, the DH, number 18, Hudson Reed.
I don't know if he would have doubled the Chargers up there or not, but just a simple routine play there. Easy ground ball to the shortstop, but I don't know if it was that bad of a throw, but the second baseman just missed it, but we'll give the error to the shortstop there.
That curveball misses well up and out of the zone to Hudson. 1 ball, no strikes. Hudson on the year hitting .242. He's one of 2 Chargers with a home run. Has 10 RBIs. Hitting with men on the corners and 1 out. Central already leading 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. Moore takes off on the pitch, and it was a good one to run on as it's in the dirt. So another stolen base for the Chargers. Now has men on second and third and 1 out.
Up in the count, 2-0 is Reed, so should see a good pitch right here to hit with runners in scoring position. Just be patient. Wait on the good pitch, but should see one right here.
He sees a hanging curveball, and he's out in front of it. It's going to be fouled off into foul territory on the first baseline. The pitcher actually comes over and makes the play for the second out of the inning. You don't see that very often.
Now we saw that last time we were here, and
to bat for the Chargers.
received some grief
fielder,
from
number
our fans,
25,
me saying that pitchers don't normally catch that, but I didn't see the first baseman move. I mean, he stayed right where he was, I guess, thinking it may hit in foul fair territory. I don't know, but he didn't move at all.
So first pitch to Jesse Holden is a ball, so 1 ball, no strikes. Men on second and third, Ryan Moore on second, Henry Woods on third. Holden takes that one on the outside corner for a strike, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's hit that ball to the right side. Take that outside pitch that direction, drive in these 2 runs.
He squares one up, but it looks like it's going to be right at the center fielder as he takes a couple steps to the second base side of the bag, reels it in for the third out of the inning. But Central does score 3 runs on 3 hits and 2 men left on base. So Central will take a 3-0 lead as we head to the top of the second. Thank you again to Suburban Propane for allowing this broadcast to be possible. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Hunter Guerin.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Chargers scratch off 3 runs there in the bottom of the first, take a 3-0 lead as we head to the top of the second. Central was able to get back-to-back hits out of Jacobs and Rayburn. Both of them came around to score. First pitch from Evan Preston to Hunter Guerin, the designated hitter for Polk County, is fouled off over the Polk County dugout. No balls, 1 strike. That one misses outside to even the count at 1-1.
You can tell a little bit more giddy up from the Charger pitcher compared to Polk County. The left-hander's just trying to keep him off balance.
That one is lined into the Polk County dugout for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Excited to see Evan Preston on the hill. We haven't got to see him during any broadcasts this year. He's making his 7th appearance, his 6th start. He's 2-1 on the year with a 3.63 ERA. Big kid out there.
Yeah, he's a big kid. He throws the ball hard. It looks like he has pretty good control up to this point anyway, but he does throw the ball hard, and he's focusing on the outside corner, and the Polk County batters or hitters are a little bit behind with his fastball.
So a little breaking ball there, and he swings through it for strike 3 in the first out here of the second. Back-to-back strikeouts for Evan Preston brings up Aiden Baxter, the second baseman for Polk County, hitting from the right-hand side of the plate wearing number 12. Yes, Preston has had a very good year, and his control has been on point. Knock on wood. We don't want to jinx him, but he's thrown 27 innings, struck out 19, and only walked 6 on the year. Another good first pitch. Fastball is fouled over the Polk County dugout. No balls, 1 strike.
Well, he's right around the plate with every pitch, and his breaking ball is not that much different velocity-wise than his fastball, so he's got good speed on, I guess you would call it a slider more than a curveball.
That one misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's 2-1 on the year. Fastball misses up and out. 2 balls, 1 strike. Takes the bait and swings at that one up in his eyes to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Had some good wars with Polk County baseball back when you played. Some good games down there. Good rivalry back in those days.
There's that slider, and Baxter swings through it for another strikeout for Evan Preston. Make that 4 through 2 innings, and that brings up Cameron Meinert, center fielder, wearing number 1 for Polk County.
I'm pretty easy going. I don't get upset much, but your junior year down at Polk County, you had 7 RBIs in that game and 4 at bats, and your 5th time up, well, you got hit in the back. And Dad wasn't too happy with that one and let Triplett know about it, who was a great baseball coach at Polk County.
Squares the bunt there and takes it off the outside corner. Preston behind 2 balls, no strikes to Meinert.
Your friend Ryan Qualls, who was a catcher for Polk County back in those days, asked him if after the game if Triplett called that, and he said, oh yeah, he called it.
So squares the bunt once again with no intent as he takes all the way. That one's out of the zone. 3 balls, no strikes. Those were always some of the most fun games of the year. That was a big rivalry, and it's sad to see they're no longer in the same district, but I'm glad they keep the regular season series alive. So Preston, we were just talking about control. He misses that one, so a 4-pitch walk to Meinert puts him on first base with 2 outs.
Spot in the order for the Wildcats, number 5.
That brings up Reimer Hood, the third baseman, wearing number 5, hitting from the right-hand side of the plate.
But I was told the reason you were hit, you were stealing signs when you're on second base out there, so that was a legitimate put you on your back.
Oh, good throw there from Wilcox, but nobody was covering second. So the ball definitely beat him there, but a little miscommunication from Nichols and Jacobs, and nobody was there to cover second, so that will go down as a stolen base for Meinert.
Most of the time your second baseman covers that with a right-handed hitter because shortstop's over there in the hole expecting something to come that direction, but a little late getting there.
So Preston now 2 balls, no strikes as that one is up and out of the zone. Hood on the year is hitting .261. Consistently missing up on the last 2 hitters is Preston. Hopefully he can find it here on a 3-ball, no-strike count as Polk County is likely taking all the way. And they do just that, both teams, and he paints the outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Seemed to follow through a little bit more with that fastball as far as Preston's concerned. It came down just a little bit more and didn't leave it up.
Good job battling back from 3-0 as he paints the outside corner once again to make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. 3 straight fastballs, and he retires him swinging. So after control trouble there, Evan Preston does his job and battles back and then eventually strikes out the side there. So 5 Ks through 2 for Evan Preston and the Chargers as we head to the bottom of the second. Central will be at 9-1-2, and Chase Nichols, Dylan Jacobs, and Hunter Rayburn. Thank you again to Suburban Propane for the opportunity to bring you the broadcast tonight, and thank you for joining us. And it does look like we're going to have a pitching change for Polk County, so we'll take a quick break and get our heads around it, and we'll be right back.
No parent wants to think about their children growing up without them. Although we realize we can't control their future, we do have the ability to secure it through careful planning. So isn't it time to begin preparing for their future and your dreams for them? When you begin to game plan with life insurance, you're able to focus on what matters most today. Because life isn't about worrying when the storms of life will come. It's about planning on how to dance in the rain. Game plan today. Game plan for life. Contact us today to get started.
for the Chargers.
All right, welcome back,
Number
everybody. We do have a
21,
pitching change
Chase
here
Nichols.
in the second inning for the Wildcats. That's number 12 coming into the game, Aiden Baxter. He was the second baseman. Number 17, Hunter Guerin, was the designated hitter. He enters the game and goes to second base, and the pitcher, Hamby, moves over to first. So no designated hitter anymore for the Wildcats, as all 9 position players are now hitting. So Chase Nichols at the plate for the Chargers. Nichols on the year is hitting 184, but he has been playing well as of late, and he'll look to get things going here in the bottom of the second. One hopper over to the third baseman for Polk County. Throws a good throw across the diamond to retire Nichols on a 5-3 put out for the first out of the inning. That flips the lineup back to Dylan Jacobs, who reached on a bunt, later stole second, came around to score the first run of the game.
Number 8, Dylan Jacobs.
So we went from left-handed Hamby to right-handed Baxter for the Wildcats, and it looks to be similar velocity.
Yes, and watching him warm up, he threw a pretty good breaking ball, good curveball there, so I see a lot of that.
Looks like that one missed off the inside corner. 1 ball, no strikes to Jacobs. Two hopper over to the first baseman, Hamby. He fields it cleanly, steps on the bag, so 2 up, 2 down for the Chargers here in the second. And that will bring up Hunter Rayburn, who had a triple, RBI triple out to the right center field gap in his first at bat of the game. I think the Wildcats were expecting another bunt there from Jacobs. The shortstop was playing in on the grass. Third baseman was playing in on the grass.
I think they were, because he does such a good job at the plate when he squares up and has such good speed. They're trying to anticipate the bunt as much as they could.
So there's that curveball, but it misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes to Rayburn.
I think it's got a lot of break on it. It's, what do you call it, one of those 12 o'clock?
A little 12-6.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is. And Hunter does a good job of staying back on it and flips it down the right field line. That's going to be at least 2 bases for Hunter as it lands in fair territory. So a stand-up double for Hunter with 2 outs. So 2 extra base hits and 2 at-bats for Rayburn.
He took the curveball, threw him another curveball, and Hunter stayed back, drove that ball almost down the right field line, and with his speed, he easily got second on that. Good start for him, triple and a double and 2 at-bats.
So that brings up Corbin Frisbee, who reached via a walk in his first at-bat, stole second and came around to score. He's hitting now with Hunter on second, 3-0 Chargers. Second baseman keeping Rayburn honest out at second. Frisbee just a hair ahead of that outside changeup, fouls it back over the net. No balls, 1 strike.
Oh, no, it's over on the lip. It's stuck on there.
Throw behind Rayburn, but not even close. He's back easily.
Yeah, difficulty here and with the first pitcher and with this pitcher as well. I've said it over and over again. Just got to stay back. Stay back and wait on that ball to get there and drive it.
He hangs a curveball, and Corbin puts a right into it, but it is fouled down the third baseline behind no balls, 2 strikes. I think his eyes lit up on that one a little bit, and he was just a hair out in front.
Yeah, he hung that one up there to the big guy Frisbee, and maybe he's out in front of it, like you said, a little anxious.
So there it comes again, and that one misses well inside. So it looks like nobody really knew what the call was going to be there. Corbin tried to play it off, but it does catch his elbow. So Rayburn will have to retreat back to second, and Corbin Frisbee takes first on a hit by pitch.
The catcher, number 4, Kenson Wilcox.
So that brings up Kenson Wilcox. He's 0 for 1 on the night, grounded out to second in his first at bat. Now he's hitting with men on first and second, 2 outs. Kenson typically does a really good job of staying back and shooting that ball the other way, so this lines up perfectly for him. That one misses up and out of the zone, 1 ball, no strikes.
Runners will be moving because you got 2 outs, men on first and second. If he could do that again, I'm sure Rayburn will score easily.
Oh, and he hits that one very well out into left center field, but the left fielder for Polk County is able to run it down. So good swing from Kenson, but nothing to show for it as Central has no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base here in the second. So as we head to the top of the third, Central leading 3-0. Thank you again to Suburban Propane for the opportunity to bring this to our listeners who weren't able to join us at the park tonight. It's a pretty night out here. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're here in the top of the third. Central leading 3-0. 9-hole hitter for the Wildcats up, and Devin Baskin hitting 133 on the year. Playing right field, wearing number 80. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, but it is a strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Preston working quick, and he is off to a good start tonight with 5 strikeouts through 6 outs. That one is straight at the hitter's head. He somehow gets the bunt down, doesn't pull it back. Everybody a little confused, but Wilcox picks it up and throws it to first for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I don't think anybody but the umpire knew what was going on there. The ball, he ducked, used his bat as protection pretty much to keep from getting hit by it, but ended up, 2 foot from home plate, 3 foot from home plate, and the catcher got it, Wilcox, and just kind of froze there for a second till somebody told him to throw it, I guess.
Squares the bunt. Here is the leadoff hitter, Carter Minert. He reached on a bunt, came into tonight hitting 407.
Number 11, Skylar Allen.
Preston's got a lot of giddy up on the ball tonight. He's throwing it by him and hitting his spots. Great start so far. 6 of the 8 outs have been strikeouts.
Another good pitch on a breaking ball, catches the outside corner, no balls, 1 strike. He's doing a good job of keeping the Wildcats off balance as well. Another breaking ball, and he swings through it quickly ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. And another breaking ball, and that one was a beauty. And he goes down swinging for another strikeout for Evan Preston, and no damage done here in the third as Polk County goes 1-2-3 on no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. So Preston working quickly and efficiently, 7 strikeouts through 3 innings. Chargers now will be led off by Henry Woods, followed by Ryan Moore and Hudson Reed. As we head to the bottom of the third, the Chargers are leading 3-0. Thanks for joining us. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're here in the bottom of the third. Chargers leading 3-0. Really good performance so far by Evan Preston. We'll see if the Chargers can tack on a few more here in the bottom of the third.
Need to give him some support a little bit more, give him a little bigger lead. He is really throwing the ball well through the first 3 innings. Throwing the ball very well. I think he has 1 walk, doesn't he? I think that's the case. So 7 strikeout.
Yep, 1 walk and 1 hit so far. Woods swings through the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike. He reached on a single through the 5-6 hole in his first at bat and then was left stranded at third. Third baseman playing about 3 steps in front of the bag. Everybody else playing normal depth. Breaking ball in the dirt, and he lays off of it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Toughest call in baseball right there is whether or not there was a called strike when he held up there. It looked like he went across the plate, but they called it safe.
That had some interesting movement on it there from Baxter. It almost like it came back in on Woods, and he swings through it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He is definitely breaking him off, and that one bounces in front of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you know what too many breaking balls will do to your shoulder, that's for sure. Need to mix it up a little bit more, but he's throwing it well. But I would highly recommend mixing it up a little bit more.
Another breaking ball, and Henry swings through it for the first out of the inning. It'll bring up Ryan Moore, who reached on an error by the shortstop in his first at bat, and then stole second and was left stranded there.
Fielder, number 17, Ryan Moore.
Coaches or pitchers don't think about that at the moment, but later on it can really affect that shoulder as far as throwing too many breaking balls concerned.
And that may have been the fastball there, it looked like, as Moore was out in front of it and fouls it down the left field line. No balls, 1 strike. That one misses off the outside corner to even it at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Wow.
That ball started up over Moore's head, came back down into the zone, and he takes it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's a really good breaking ball at any level. I mean, he threw that ball very well.
And there it is again, and it bounces in there, but Moore is able to lay off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's unusual to see it from a right-handed pitcher as well. You see those big looping curveballs from left-handers a lot of time, but not from righties. And he comes back with a fastball in Moore's eyes, but he battles it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, when Heath Comerford pitched there at McMahon back, he's your age or a year behind you, he threw a great 12-6 breaking ball. So, yeah, it's more common with left-handers than right-handers.
That one bounces in there. Moore with a good job of laying off of it. Count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on.
Oh, Kevin Hearn, he threw a good one back in the day.
Moore with a little cue shot right off the end of his bat. Back to Baxter. He fields it cleanly and throws a strike to the first baseman for the second out of the inning. So 1-3 put out, retires Ryan Moore, and that brings up Hudson Reed.
In the order for the
He's
Chargers,
0 for 1 on the night. Popped up to Hamby, the pitcher for Polk County, in the first inning. So Baxter's doing a very good job of filling up the strike zone and making the Central hitters earn it. That one misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, that's what you want when you bring somebody in relief. You want to see the goose eggs up on the scoreboard, and so far you're doing a great job. That breaking ball is really moving.
Swings through 1 in the dirt to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
And when you go from right-handed to left-handed or left-handed to right-handed like this instance here, it's an inning or so for adjustment sometimes to get used to the ball coming from the other side.
That one misses down and out of the zone, and Reed lays off. 2 balls, 1 strike. This is Baxter's 7th appearance of the year, all in relief. He's thrown 16.2 innings for a team high for Polk County, so he is their go-to guy out of the pen. Reed stays back on that one, and it's lifted very high out into center field, but he's underneath it, reels it in for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base in the bottom of the third for the Chargers. And we head to the top of the fourth. This one's going by quickly. It's 3-0, Central leading here as we head to the top of the fourth. Thank you again to Suburban Propane for allowing us to bring this broadcast to you. And thank you for joining us. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
To the bathroom.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're heading here in the top of the fourth as the Wildcats bring up 3, 4, 5, and Griffin Hamby, Titus Adams, and Hunter Guerin. Hamby on the year is hitting .522. He's 0 for 1 on the night with a ground out to Nichols at short. Polk County entered tonight 3-8, and Central is 9-10. That one misses outside from Evan Preston. 1 ball, no strike. So as we mentioned, these teams are no longer in the same district, but they are in the same region. As Central's side of the region has 5 teams, Polk County's has 4. They're down there with the Chattanooga teams, but it is good to see these teams playing in the regular season. Central did sweep Polk County last year, outscoring them 18-2 in the 2 games. So Hamby swings at that one, and it's popped up to Kenson Wilcox, and he reels it in for the first out of the inning.
Basket catch there by Wilcox. Unusual. Most time the catchers will get under it with the mid in the air, but that time, I don't know if he had time because that ball didn't go up very much. So, had a good catch. Rayburn was trying to get there, but didn't. Wilcox did a great job there.
Little Andrew Jones-esque there. And another defensive bunt is popped right up to Wilcox again, and another basket catch. So number 10, Titus Adams, did the same thing that caused all the confusion in the last inning, threw his bat up in front of his face to protect himself and pops it up to Wilcox for the second out of the inning.
Well, it's unusual to have first 2 outs, 3 pitches or so, 4 pitches, and both put outs made by the catcher. So that's an unusual start to this inning.
So first pitch swinging is Hunter Guerin. Started as the designated hitter, moved to second base on the pitching change, hitting .400 on the year. Struck out in his first at bat, fouls that one back into Wilcox. Preston ahead, no balls, 1 strike. Good pitch, but it misses off the inside corner to even the count at 1-1.
Very few base runners. I don't know how many Polk counties have, but they haven't had many.
And that one is roped through the 5-6 hole by Guerin for a single. So that'll put him on first with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Aiden Baxter, who came in to pitch for Polk County in the second inning. He's 0 for 1 on the night with a strikeout. Now he'll be hitting with 2 outs and a runner on first. That was Polk County's first hit of the night.
It was a line drive. Wasn't any doubt about that one. Rayburn couldn't get to that one at all. It was moving pretty quick as it went by him at third.
Good bounce back pitch from Preston as he paints the outside corner. Runner on first. Another good pitch, and he blows it by him. Quickly ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. So yes, Guerin on first is Polk County's 3rd runner of the night. That one misses outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes as they reached on an error or a walk, and then their first hit comes from Guerin here in the top of the 4th. Good pitch, but he does not get the call on the outside corner, but that's a good spot to live if you're Preston. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on first.
That's a great pitch in that situation when it's 1 and 2. Don't throw anything across the middle of the plate. That's a good pitch.
Another good pitch, and he gets the call this time. And Baxter is retired, looking for Preston's 8th strikeout of the night through 4 innings. So really good. Another good inning from Preston as Polk County gets no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, the Chargers are leading 3-0. They'll be at 8-9-1, and Jesse Holden, Chase Nichols, and then back to the top of the order and Dylan Jacobs. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're here in the 4th. Chargers leading 3-0. Another big looping curveball there from Baxter, and Holden takes it for strike 1.
Got a visit from Scott Hutzel. He